My first thought when I was diagnosed with diabetes was you can have a million problems, but when you have a health problem, that is your number one problem.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, you need to get yourself together, get your health in line so you can have a better life.
When I was diagnosed, I was 29. I just all of a sudden was having some dizzy spells, was feeling a little strange. I have never had a sweet tooth ever in my life, and yet somehow I still actually was diabetic.
Do you feel like up until the point of your diagnosis, you like internalized everything?
Oh, definitely. I just felt so like ashamed and sad. And then finding out, oh, you're diabetic, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I really believe in people being proactive because I feel like I kind of slipped through the system because I was petite.
So diabetes is excess sugar in your blood, and your body uses insulin to bring sugar into your cells. And when you have diabetes, that insulin is either not enough or your body's resistant to it. I think people think when you're skinny, you can't be a diabetic, or if you're heavy, you are diabetic. My father is a diabetic, and he's probably half my size. And if you were to look at him, you wouldn't think he was diabetic.
It does not matter what you look like. It does not matter what your background or your career is. Sickness touches you no matter your economic level or your education level.
But most importantly, you're living your life to the full, which I love.
We're going outside this summer.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I am diabetic, but I also want to still experience the life around me and not put myself into this box. So when I talk to my healthcare provider, I want somebody non-judgmental and gentle enough for me to be able to receive information from.
I think it's so important that we know that this isn't something you have to do by yourself. This isn't something you do alone, but you do it in community through working with amazing collaborators like Obodo and CareChest. People understand how to live with this condition.
It breaks my heart when I hear people skip medication or they don't test as many times a day as the doctor says. And so we started developing this program around providing people with diabetic test strips, syringes, lancets, any sort of supplies they need.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and we find that when we serve people and they consistently get the resources they need, eventually they don't need us as much anymore.
We have a functioning, producing farm and a community grocery store. And you come out to the garden and yeah, we could talk about nutrition, but we're also gonna talk about food sovereignty. Like if what you have access to is no longer up to your standards, well, I will show you how to grow something that is.
I don't want anyone to feel like if they become diabetic or if they have pre-diabetes that it's the end, it's over, give up. There's so many things you can do and continue to live healthy lives, even with living with the disease. A single step that people can start taking right now to prevent diabetes is walking. I think walking for 30 minutes a day can help reverse your insulin resistance.
And it doesn't have to be boring. It can be fun. You can walk your dog. Yeah, your dog needs a walk. Diabetes is serious. It absolutely is. But if you catch it at pre-diabetes, you never have to become diabetic.
My education with diabetes went deeper when I looked into it. Just because it says, zero sugar doesn't mean it's necessarily healthy for you. Any small change can be a big impact. I'm on the treadmill for an hour just walking, not running, not power walking, just walking and moving. Once I lived by that, ultimately it became like a full circle where you feel better and you do better.
It was really great to me to find that okay, so there are people living and walking around with this. Okay, this is not a death sentence. There's something to call this. And I now was able to get medication and to push forward. And I'm almost not diabetic anymore. Only a couple more months and I'll be out of the range of being diabetic, so.
I just really genuinely believe that we were all put here to have a beautiful life. We all have things we want to accomplish. We all have people that we love and we deserve that, right? So none of these things just happen in a silo, in a bubble by themselves. And it's gonna take all of us continue on this growth towards wellness.
I am grateful for your openness, for your experiences, for a farm in the middle of Las Vegas, for providing much needed resource to our community. There's no shame in becoming diabetic. So I am just so hopeful that this conversation lives on and continues even out once we leave this table. So thank you.
I'm hopeless.